Hey guys, Rob Reviews here, bringing you another awesome review. This one we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode um, 3. Trying to think then. Save the Last Ones. Save the Last One, sorry. And this one, of course, originally aired in October the 30th, 2011, and was directed by none other than Paul Abraham. No, Phil Abraham. I don't even know him. It was written by Scott Gimple. Of course, he became the showrunner in Season 4, so that's interesting. Right, but we'll talk about the kind of brief, we'll go over the plot a little bit, and then I guess we'll conclude it. We'll talk about the plot, and then I'll talk about my overall thoughts of the episode. So, in a scene later in the episode, it actually shows obviously Shane in the bathroom, shaving his head, and he obviously has like a patch of hair which is missing, and then he shaves his head, which is weird, but yeah. Then we see Rick and Laurie with obviously Carl's bedside, Shane and Otis, waiting for Shane and Otis, obviously. Obviously, Herschel can perform it now, but they don't want to do that. Obviously, tells Laurie about a prank Shane pulled on the principal, and we have all that kind of stuff. We have tells Rick to keep his strength up. Anyway, in the RV, we see Carol crying over Sophia's disappearance. Daryl obviously bitter and awake. Andrea still trying to put a gun together. Daryl doing much better. He takes back when he decides to go. He decides to go looking out for Sophia again. With nothing else to do, Andrea decides to go with him. They're in the woods. Otis and Shane still with a full head of hair. Oh, sorry, Otis, obviously with his hair still. They make it to the high school, where Shane spots a window and suggests they try and jump through it. Otis saying obviously he can't get through because of his size, but Shane can, so he tells Shane to go through the windows on his own, and he'll draw the walkers away to the locker rooms. He says the windows there are larger and he can escape easily. Otis's plan works, and he's able to draw most of the walkers. Of course, Shane goes to the window, but then a zombie grabs him as he does it, so he has to shoot the zombie. Falls and he badly injures his leg or his ankle. Glenn and T-Dog arrive at the farm, and obviously they go and go for his arm to obviously treat his arm. Maggie's there and kind of asking if he'd close the gate, and obviously we see the start with their relationship, which is really cool. Herschel states that Shane and Otis are taking too long, and they have to, with Carl's condition getting worse, he informs Rick and Laurie that they may have to attempt the surgery without the equipment. We have ask her what the Jen offered the way out, remembering how Jackie committed suicide. Maybe obviously she says maybe it's a world that not for children anymore. Rick still decides to fight for his son. Shane fights for his life at the school, limping. Shane shoots at various walkers. It looks like he's overrun, and then Otis shoots the back in the head. Obviously, Shane and Otis kind of walk away. Two wounded soldiers, I guess, in arms. Carl wakes up for a brief moment, and obviously talks about the deer, and then he has a fit, like a spasm, I guess, or seizure. That's what it's called. I'm trying to find the word. And obviously says that he's wasting time. In the forest, Daryl and Andrea are talking, and they find a zombie that hung himself, and then obviously Daryl uses an arrow to kill her to put her out of his misery. Obviously Andrea's sick. Carol joins Dale on the roof of the RV. Obviously he's worried about Andrea. At the farmhouse, Patricia is busy stitching up T-Dog's arm while Glenn is trying to pray for the safety of Carl. Maggie obviously interrupts him and sees him. And talks to him. As Carl sleeps, obviously Rick returns to conversation with Laurie, and then obviously the pickup truck returns. The headlight Shane obviously comes out, but Otis isn't with him. Shane seems stunned and quiet, and he obviously tells them that they were overrun and Otis didn't make it. Herschel demands that no one needs to tell Patricia until they do the surgery. Daryl and Andrea return to safety of the RV without Sophia. Carol sees them and returns tearfully to her bed. Glenn comforts Maggie over the loss of Otis. She tells him about her stepmother and her stepbrother. Where Shane goes off to Carl's room where he finds Laurie by the bedside. Stay, she says to him, but he can't. Shane goes to the bathroom, and this is where he has the shower, and we see him with his full head of hair. He looks at his bald spot, and then obviously we get a kind of a flashback. We see the thing at the high school. He looks around in the flashback we see Otis pulling Shane along as he collapses his ankle injury. They shoot various walkers. They manage to get to the parking lot. A herd of walkers behind them. They both down to their last round of ammunition. Shane tells Otis to leave him and take the supplies, but Otis refuses and pulls him helping. Shane hobbles as the walkers descend on them. He looks at Otis and says, "I'm sorry," and shoots him in the leg. Otis screams in pain, falling. Shane grabs Otis's backpack and supplies, and of course Rick's gun. And then obviously Otis grabs a bit of Shane's a chunk of his hair, pulling it, and then Shane overpowers him and then takes his gun and runs. The walkers obviously descend on Otis and devour him, while Shane is able to hobble away. And then back inside the green bathroom, Shane shaves his head to hide the bald spot and protect his secret. So really, really compelling stuff. I honestly really liked this episode. Now, there were a few boring parts at the end of the stuff with Carl. I feel like it drags on a little bit. But I know they kind of have to do this stuff. So I get it, sort of. But I mean, I really do like the stuff with Shane. All the stuff with Shane is so good, and the fact that Shane's character's gone in this way is really, really cool. I'm gonna give this one a solid 8 out of 10. I think it was a solid episode, a really fun one to watch. Just a few parts in there. The stuff with Daryl and Andrea, I don't think was very productive in my opinion. I don't think we needed that. The stuff with Kara was nice, just a little bit. And T-Dog and obviously Glenn and Maggie, we kind of need that as well to start to form that relationship. But honestly, the stuff with Daryl and Andrea really let it down because that was really unnecessary and it doesn't help the story in any way. But yeah, overall, an okay episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts on this episode, and I shall see you next video. Goodbye.